Hello. Today I'm gonna talk about talking to yourself. What it's like, what it could be like to talk to yourself. And this question comes from the practices that I used to do to raw dog my own psychology. Because the resolving psychology part is pretty important in my path, so I was doing that. And part of it, the process asked me to talk to myself and to really understand how I was growing up, how I grew up, and how I became me now. And this approach has to be done in the attitude of understanding yourself, truly understanding yourself. And this is not easy, but it's possible. And I want to say that this is possible to do yourself. So talking to yourself, I'm not talking about talking to yourself now. Well, I'm 31 or 32, and I would talk to myself when I was 20, and you could talk to yourself internally in these pivotal moments in your life. And there's this talking part being done, and then you kind of see that it's really subtle. There's a subtle message that this talking is trying to bring to you about. So you could be talking to yourself a year ago, and you could feel like, oh wow, I really didn't know a lot of stuff, and now that I'm grown up, one more year, I can see a difference. And then you go back on one more year before that, a year, another year, 2 years, 3, 4, 5, and then you go all the way back, and then there will be this impression that this self that you have, this memory of you that you have about yourself, it wouldn't be easy to talk to. But that's the point. So in this aspect that that this difficulty brings about is that there is a message, usually before the age of 17, 18. So there's this message that your selves are trying to tell you. Well, we call it the inner child. And this inner child has a message for you. They're not the best at talking to you, but either way, there's a message. And deciphering this message is your responsibility to truly know yourself, if you're on the path to know yourself. And this could unlock a lot of these ignored emotions for men. A lot of it would be feeling ignored, under acknowledged, not heard, not listened, but not heard. They're not even hearing you. And yeah, not listened, yes, and feeling really detached from a lot of people, that these interactions that you have are not so genuine. So there could be a lot of separations being experienced during these times when you talk to yourself. And personally, I felt not loved, very ignored in many of the communications I had with myself. And this process is so important for a lot of people. Basically, everyone needs to do this if they want, if they're in the path to discover themselves deeper. But the reason why I recommend this for modern men is that this experience, knowing yourself, this message, there's this message that's being hidden by you, and uncovering this message gives the room that you didn't have in the past. I'm not saying that you should be like woo woo, oh wow, I was a sad boy who didn't have parents or whatnot. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I was poor, so now I give this inner child this all the shit that I want to fucking buy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying something more of emotional approach. It's about understanding these emotions that you felt. For example, I still remember the time that mom bought me a little toy, and I was happy about this. I was very happy about this toy, and one day, actually, yeah, I received this toy as a Christmas gift as well. And this toy, in time, got outdated and couldn't fix it anymore, or couldn't play with it anymore. I don't know what the exact reason was, but I couldn't play with it anymore. And for some reason, father wanted to clean the house and saw the toy and told me to throw it away, telling me that I'm not a baby anymore, and now that I'm grown up, I should throw it away. And I had that memory with me, and I felt really unsettled about it. But I didn't know why I remember that memory, and I didn't know what exactly that memory was about. And I used to just say, well, I experienced this, yeah, but that's what it is. That's what it means to be a man. That's what it means to grow up. I'm not a boy anymore. I gotta fucking grow up and go to university, do military service, and get fucking married and stuff. But that's not it, really. The reason why I had that memory was because there was this experience, this emotional experience that I had that's not fully understood. So I don't really know what really happened back in that time before I had this conversation with me. And after having this communication, deep conversation with me, and I realized, I had this attachment or the liking of this gift that I received from my mom. And father wanted me to throw it away, or wanted me to show that I grew up, wanted me to show that I became a man or something. And I did it even though I didn't want to. I didn't want to throw that away, but I did because I wanted to make father happy that I'm an all good strong man now. And it's very simple, but many men should be able to relate to this. That there's this you were kind of forced to make decisions or take an action to something that you don't really agree with, or something like that. Anyway, it's about being unsettled with these memories, because there was this unresolved emotion that you didn't fully understand. And talking to yourself allows that room to be there now that you're all grown up, actually grown up, and you have this room yourself internally, this a bit of space that you cultivate, and you can kind of see, what is this kid really trying to say, and what is this kid feeling. And by acknowledging what the kid could have felt yourself in the past, you understand yourself more. Because back then you didn't understand yourself. You didn't understand what this emotion was. this unfairness, injustice that you felt. And this process allows you to be a bit lighter, a little less burdened with all this bullshit in society. And this process helps you to really kind of release this stuck feeling about yourself. And it could be about the times that you were actually a little more grown up after 20, 25, and you experience something and you don't really quite understand why. And if you talk to yourself then with the knowledge that you have now, not just about recalling the memory, but recalling the emotion that you felt because of this physical phenomenon. And that emotional experience that you had, you should kind of recall it. And oh yeah, I felt this, but what is this exactly? And then you kind of analyze it, and then you realize, I felt something, and I didn't understand this back then. And now that I do, it actually makes more sense now why I felt that way. And this interaction that you have will give you a little more peace within yourself. And don't try to do this openly with other people. If you're not ready to do that, don't open this up yet. It could be not so pretty, so don't try to open this experience to the others unless they are really your people. And it's just a warning that I wanted to give. And I hope many people try this, because going to therapy, it does work, but sometimes the price could be a bit pressuring, and this social dogma could pressure you in a different direction. So I'm just giving you this experience. I'm just sharing this experience because it's possible to do it yourself a little bit, and you would feel a lot of things. I started to talk about these things I'm saying these things to help others feel less suffering, less struggle, less pain, because the modern society that we're living in we don't really talk about these things. We don't really talk about it. And I want to say that it's okay. You can take time to be better. In the society that has such little genuinity, at least I have to be genuine to myself. If I want to be heard by others, I have to listen to myself about the things that I say within myself. And I hope this is the approach that people can take and practice themselves. And if there's any difficulty or whatnot, you can leave a comment and I'll answer. Have a great day.